Perfect. So I've come to Shearwater, just outside Frome or Warminster, and it's exactly the kind of morning I was hoping for. It's cold, it's crisp, it's foggy. I'm a little bit late. I would have liked to have been here a bit earlier, as the sun is already up, and as you can see the clouds are gorgeous, but that's kind of not what I'm going for today. I'm going to be focusing on like trees and fogginess and mistiness. There's actually a composition right across the lake that I think we're going to give a go. But yeah, it's a gorgeous morning to be out nonetheless. So as the morning's starting to warm up, all of the fog is sort of lifting off the lake. It looks gorgeous. But the scene I'm going for is there are 4 trees just across the lake there, and they look kind of like misty and nice. So I'm going to shoot these and just see what we get. I'm kind of hoping for, like, I'm not looking for clarity, I'm looking for sort of like an ethereal sort of look to the image. God, it's such a gorgeous morning. I'm thinking I'm going to get the 70 to 300 out actually. I think I need a bit more reach just to close in on those trees. Oh no. Someone's parking their van right in my composition. That's really disappointing. I think I'm still going to give the shot a go, and then I'll maybe clone it out in Photoshop. I'm not a big fan of doing that, but I really like this composition. How dare other people be out when I'm trying to take photographs? Okay, I think it's going to be a square crop, and it is going to be in colour, but that colour is going to be really muted, just because that's kind of like the feeling of the scene at the moment. So I'm going to shoot this at f8, ISO 160, and it looks like we're going to be shooting, I'm going to go for a 50th of a second. Obviously we don't have, we'd have to worry about movement today, so we can kind of take it easy on the shutter speed. Here we go. Duck right in the middle of the image as well. Perfect. I'm just going to pop the shutter speed back down to 1/25th of a second, so that's double the amount of light. I think I might even pull the frame back out a bit, because just as the sun's rising, it's lighting up the tops of those trees. A nice little orange colour, and I think that'll look really nice compared with the sort of subdued, muted tones of the rest of the image. That's really nice. I'm really pleased with that. And I've been here like 2 minutes. What a result. Anyway, let's go for a wander around the lake, see what else we see. It'd be a shame to just call it a day right now. I started walking around the lake, and I realised as the sun rises, it's going to be lighting up the trees over my right shoulder. I want to be looking at those trees. By walking towards the light, I would end up pointing my camera into sort of like the gloominess where the sun hasn't risen. So I'm going to actually walk the other way around the lake. Yeah, I think that's probably the better move. I'm honestly spoiled for choice here. It's such a great location. On my left, I have the lake with the trees getting lit up by the sun, and on the right, I have this magnificent, majestic forest with these giant trees and this really like, just what a great location. Half an hour away from my house. Amazing. I have to get my arse in gear, get some photographs. I'm actually going to try my hand at a bit of wildlife photography. I can see 2 birds, don't know what they are, but I reckon with my 70-300 lens, I can get a nice image of these. I'll be honest, I'm not very good at wildlife photography. I don't really ever do it. The birds have gone. I'll be honest, I just ended up shooting more landscape photography. But what a beautiful morning though. Should have brought a cup of coffee, I could have just sat and had that. I'm quickly just going to grab a shot of this building across the lake. It's quite a nice building actually. It's got like a little blue boat door. It's currently lit up really nicely by the sun, and the framing with the trees around it might make for quite a nice image. So what I'm going for here is the building and its reflection, bottom of frame, and then the trees behind it and around it filling up the rest of the frame. I quite like the building to be pretty central and low in the frame. God, I really can't get over just what a nice morning it is. It's just like a perfect morning, you know? Amazing. Absolutely stunning. Okay, let's fire the shot off. I think I'm just going to bring the shutter speed just up a touch. 1/30th of a second, f11, ISO 160 at 70 mils. It's going to come up looking nice. I feel like I'm on fire today. It really does help when the light conditions and the location is as photogenic as this. Yeah, I think I'm done with the lake. I feel pretty good about the images that I've got. I don't think I'm going to be taking anything new. I got what I came for basically. What I was hoping for was like mist and trees and sunlight and reflections, and I think I've got all of those things. Now I'm mesmerised by the dark woods over there. I've got an idea in mind, so I might go and take a wander in these dark woods, see if I can get an image, and then I'm going to rush home, get on my computer and get the images off. I'm very excited. So almost immediately upon entering these dark woods, I picked out a subject. There's a tree just sat between other trees. It must be in just a little clearing of light, and it's had all its bark stripped, and it's just sort of like, it just stands out. Your eye is immediately drawn to it. I'm not sure about the composition. I think low and wide, like a real, like really low and wide. Something that's quite nice about coming into places like this is that you're challenged. You know, when I was shooting the lake, it was really easy because everything just stood out straight away. But when you come in here and there's just rows and rows and rows of trees and debris and light and green, it's a bit harder. Not sure about this one actually. Let's take a look. It's a very strange composition. The concept is nice, right? You have these dark trees and you have this subject standing out, but the problem is the subject isn't all that compelling. It's just like a bit of a white tree. I think the idea is there, but I just need to find a different subject, a different focal point. We'll take a wander. There's another tree framed between these two trunks, and it's lit up quite nicely. The only problem is there's a bit of a background, it's a bit busy. I'm going to give it a go. It's a very fun location this, I'm definitely going to come back. So, what are my first thoughts? My first thoughts are, 1, square crop. 2, I really want everything to be thrown into darkness apart from like the highlights on the edges of this tree. What I'm thinking as well is not to try and get the whole tree in. There is a couple of trunks behind it, and the moss has got this really nice like key light effect, like the sun side of the moss is lit up but the side that faces me is dark. That looks really nice. So I'm thinking, yeah, square crop like this, just cutting off the top of this tree, getting that in, bish bash bosh. Let's try this out. It's quite funny, I got a tripod that has a spirit level because I was like, yeah, I really want to make sure everything's always balanced, but I just never use it. The biggest waste of time ever. All of my photos are always wonky. You know, I'm having second thoughts about that square crop. It's a really nice composition actually, I think. I think this is going to turn out quite nicely, just the way the light is playing on the edges of the shapes there, and just that rich green as well. I'm going to try really hard to bring that green out in Lightroom. Yeah, it's nice, it's really nice. So just the settings there, we are about 50mm, f 5.6, 1/8 of a second, ISO 160. Yeah, I like it. I really like it. I'm just going to double check all the sharpness and everything just to make sure that I've got it sort of nailed. And then I think I'm just going to go home. I think I'm done. This has been great. I'm definitely coming back here. Today was such an important day. I know in Britain we go on and on about the weather, but it genuinely has an impact on mood. It feels like it's been raining for months, and in a way it also feels like my photography has been in a bit of a rut too. But with the sun out and a beautiful crisp morning comes reinvigorated motivation, driven by revitalised inspiration. Shearwater Lake was absolutely brilliant this morning, and rather than leaving feeling frustrated, I left feeling satisfied. Days like this are so important within any creative endeavour, and I'm grateful for each and every day like this. I hope you've enjoyed watching this just as much as I enjoyed making it. If you have, go ahead and hit like and subscribe if you want. It really means a lot. Thanks for watching.